Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage, Huntsville. Y'all know why y'all here. Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me, free to subscribe to this channel, Anonymous Tea, free to subscribe to my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. Content is coming over there later today. Also, follow me on the Tickety Talk for 70-ish more days, Anonymous Tea Podcast. Follow me on the gram, on the Instagrammies at Anonymous Reality Tea. And as always, y'all, it is completely free to like, it is free to comment, it is free to share everywhere. This content so that it can get out there and get these likes and these views and all these things. So we got talk Carlos King. So this is a part 2 from my video that I just uploaded about Carlos King getting dragged in a major article for stars quitting his shows and rumored scandal. Because as I was reading this article, even though they had left out a few reality stars that have also quit and or called out Carlos King that have worked with him in the past, I've alluded to this before, but this season feels so eerily similar to Real Housewives of Atlanta season 9. And I find it interesting that Carlos King vehemently denies any involvement with what the breakdown was of RHOA, but nonetheless, if you look at the fact that the Revenge P is kind of like the backdrop of all of 2024 that nobody really wanted to discuss, and try to diminish it to a text message, try to diminish it to something else, and then all of a sudden, everybody has a light bulb moment go off and want to admit it at the reunion? No. Here's what I think is going on, to be honest with y'all. I think that the season finale, because when Mel said she was not going to film with Martell, she told Carlos King to his face she felt unprotected, all these things. Carlos King makes a big deal. You got my number. You can tell me if something's wrong. Well, Mel told him in front of a whole bunch of witnesses everything that she felt was wrong and felt that he didn't know anything about it or that he did knew and chose not to take any action. And he instead pivots and brings out Sonny and Moses, right? So my thing is this, right? I think, okay, Mel refused to film with Martell this season. They were not happy with the content that they've been getting. Even with Mel and TEL, leading separate storylines and getting involved in other storylines the back half of this past season, it's still Carlos King cannot let go of Martell and Mel as a unit. He can't do it. He doesn't even care if they're arguing. As long as they're in a scene together and interacting, he still has this fantasy that Mel and TEL can one day get it right and get it together. So he tried several occasions to try to ambush Mel and have her, be at the same events as Martell, whether it was the wine tasting or it was Stormy's lovers and friends thing that she had for Valentine's Day weekend and all these things. And Mel was like, listen, I told you I was not filming with this dude. Why are y'all still trying to ambush me and set me up? So that didn't work, but they figured, okay, Mel's vow renewal, everybody's going to be there. We can get a Mel and TEL scene. And they really had that fool pull up a chair right next to Trish at the same table the entire cast was at. And they really thought that Mel was going to go for that. If she told y'all previously, she was not going to go for that. I think this is another attempt at this reunion that they were hoping that this could facilitate more Mel and TEL interaction and facilitate a storyline for Martell the next season of him trying to defend the allegations and force him and Mel to be in a scene again. But it's so short-sighted to me because it's like, this is not going to end well. And if the rumors are true that this is Mel's last season and that she's done, this was a flop. And this is the same thing. And I compare this to RAPE Gate because I think on that end, I think the intent was to get Candy to quit. I think the intent was Candy to be so upset by the allegations and everything else, and then have the show move forward, focusing in on Phaedra and Portia, and Candy's phased out, and Nene's back. But instead, the backlash turned to Portia and Phaedra, with Phaedra being the one out, and Carlos King being the one out, and Nene coming back. And I think this here was to set up everyone discussing falling on the sword once again, being background characters once again. They were going to deal with the aftermath of this reunion, and they were going to make that their storyline. And a big part was going to be this Revenge P and knowing about it. And I think also Tisha revealing that, people knew about the Revenge P and that it was true. I think that was going to be a part of the storyline. And I think what was going to happen was everybody then was going to try to basically trigger Mel into talking about this Revenge P when it makes zero sense, because y'all were the same people for all of 2024 until the very end, said that it was fake and said that it was just a text message, only to find out y'all had been in Facebook groups and everything else saying y'all been new for at least a couple of years, and that Martell was showing people, and we already know from Carson Blue that he was trying to get, somebody like his concubine to create a fake profile on Instagram and release this tape and say it was Mel cheating on Martell. Carlos King is trying to have another RAPE Gate moment, but he did not anticipate that the consequence would be, if in fact it's true, that Mel was going to be done with everybody. He thought this was going to be an opportunity to bring Mel and Tel back together. Because, like I said, and even as Sunny has said as recently, Carlos King is fixated on the core six as a unit. He is fixated on the original cast members still having some type of imprint on this show. But the problem is, unlike Real Housewives of Atlanta, sometimes the OGs have to go. The Scotts 2.0 have zero storyline, are bringing nothing to the table. There is a huge lawsuit that is a major stain on the OWN network right now. And instead of doing the thing where we're going to decrease their screen time, minimize their appearance so that it's not bringing any attention, you instead try to have them have a go at Mel out of nowhere. And it's nothing but a projection. And it is nothing but a flat out lie and an accusation from, one particular person, which is none other than Martell and what he tells his concubine. But I truly believe Carlos King, he's not going to outright, obviously tell people that he wants so-and-so fired or he wants so-and-so to quit. But Mel has been transparent before that she's thought about quitting this show. And that there were some things that have taken place on the show that was too much, that went too far, that she felt it was not appropriate for this to continue. And she got convinced to come back. Just like she wanted to push back doing the show when she found out Martell was still cheating and was convinced to start filming. Carlos King doesn't care about anybody but lining his pockets. And if the rumors are true that Mel is done with this show, he is going to bring on all of the people that Mel did not want on this show, and the show is going to get more trashier and more gutter. I can't believe that the Scotts 1.0 had the audacity to talk about Black excellence on that live if there's rumors that Tisha's mom's going to be back on the show. What Black excellence? And if you're already being made aware of by production that they want to discuss Martell and his concubine's interview with the plane lady, then nonetheless, you know where the show is going. You know there's no Black excellence. And how many times are we going to see the same progress of Scott Manor? Where's the frame? Where is something to make it look like the house is making progress, y'all? It is very weird. But that's all that I wanted to talk about in this particular video. I wanted to talk about the similarities between this and RHOA Gate on season 9, where Carlos King, he continues to push the envelope of a very scandalous and reckless storyline that goes too far, that makes people uncomfortable, makes people triggered, makes people feel a certain type of way, and wants to pretend that he had nothing to do with it and that he's just, quote, following the reality. But how is it that a second show has a big scandal around, some type of DV or SA allegations, and in this case, there's an actual conviction, and you're protecting the convicted person and allowing them to lie in front of all these people because you have set it up so much that you have allowed social media to take over this show, but you want to pick and choose what part of social media controls the narrative of the show, as if people do not have actual receipts of what is real and what is not. And like everything else, Carlos, this is going to backfire. But nonetheless, everybody now admitting that they've seen the revenge, or that they knew about the revenge P, or that it was true, or that Martell was showing multiple people. This is not a good look, because now you have admitted on camera that y'all all knew about this. Y'all are all complicit and all conspirators. But still was willing to go with a lie that Mel cheated on Martell when there was no receipts. And another example of trying to shame a woman who did not know that her ex-husband was going to use their private and intimate moments against her. It's such a shame that we're down to this, and how diabolical this cast has gotten, and how they do not care as long as they continue to get a check. Anything for selling your soul for reality TV, and that's just not it. That is just not what this is about, y'all. But it is very scary. The lies, the secrets, the things people are willing to do just to say they're on a reality TV show, just to have that association and cosign from Carlos King, who has ignored y'all for 9 seasons and is still defending and propping up Martell over y'all. Make it make sense. So there's that. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.